Read and Play Phonics, A to Z English Alphabet Learning. Hello, little learners. Welcome to our magical alphabet adventure, where we'll explore the wonders of the English alphabet through the enchanting world of phonics. Get ready for a journey filled with fun, excitement, and lots of learning. I'm Lily, and I'm thrilled to be your guide on this phonics magic ride. A is for apple. Let's say it with the A sound. Can you repeat after me? Apple. Fantastic. A round and juicy A for apple. Now let's move on to the next letter. B is for ball. A B-shaped ball bounces around the crew. Bounce, bounce, bounce. It's B for ball, always having a ball. Now let's move on to the next letter. C is for cat. A fluffy cat naps in a sunbeam. Cuddles and purrs, it's C for cat, the king of naps. Now let's move on to the next letter. D is for dog. A playful dog wags its tail. Woof, woof, D for dog, always wagging with glee. Now let's move on to the next letter. E is for eggs. A basket overflows with colourful eggs. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, E for eggs in a row. Now let's move on to the next letter. F is for feather. A feather floats softly in the air. Light and fluffy, F for feather, tickling your nose. Now, let's move on to the next letter. G is for goat. A friendly goat nibbles on leaves. G for goat with horns so grand, bleating in the farmyard band. Now let's move on to the next letter. H is for house. H for house, a happy place full of smiles and warm embrace. Now let's move on to the next letter. I is for ice cream. I for ice cream, cold and sweet, dripping down, a yummy treat. Now, let's move on to the next letter. J is for jam, a jar of jam, jiggle, jiggle, yummy jam. J for jam on toast, yum. Now let's move on to the next letter. K is for kite. K for kite, soaring high, reaching for the clouds in the sky. Now let's move on to the next letter. L is for lion. A lion roars from a picture book. L for lion, king of the zoo, with a mighty roar, watch out, boo. Now let's move on to the next letter. M is for monkey. A toy monkey swings on a vine. M for monkey, swing and climb, up in the trees, what a happy time. Now let's move on to the next letter. N is for net. Lily throws a butterfly net in the air. N for net, catch with glee, butterflies and bumblebees. Now let's move on to the next letter. O is for octopus. O for octopus, with arms so long, waving hello in a bubbly song, wiggles fingers and sings an O octopus song. Now let's move on to the next letter. P is for phone. P for phone, ring, ring, ring. Let's chat with friends and sing, sing, sing. Now let's move on to the next letter. Q is for Queen Lily wears a cardboard crown. Q for Queen, with a sparkly crown, ruling over Letter Town. Now let's move on to the next letter. R is for rocket. R for rocket, zoom, 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 blasting off to the moon and boom. Now let's move on to the next letter. S is for sun. S for sun, warm and bright, shining down with all its might now. Let's move on to the next letter. T is for tree. T is for tree, tall and strong, branches reaching all day long. Now let's move on to the next letter. U is for umbrella. Rainy day, no worries. U for umbrella, keeping you dry. Now let's move on to the next letter. V is for violin. A musician plays a sweet melody on a violin. Vibrant sounds fill the air. V for violin, a musical flair. Now, let's move on to the next letter. W is for watermelon. W for watermelon, a summery treat, so sweet and round. Now, let's move on to the next letter. X is for xylophone. Xylophone sings ping pong ping. X marks the spot where music takes wing. Now let's move on to the next letter. E is for yo-yo. E for yo-yo, up and down, string it round and round the town. Who can yo-yo best? Let's see. Can you catch it just like me? Now let's move on to the next letter. Z is for zebra. Now let's make the Z sound together. Zebra. Amazing job, little alphabet explorers. Congratulations. You've just completed our alphabet adventures from A to Z. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Remember, learning is an exciting journey, and we hope this innovative and fun approach to phonics has made it even more enjoyable for you. If you had a blast, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more adventures. Until next time, keep exploring and learning. Goodbye.